For centuries, the Roman legions stood as the iron backbone of the greatest empire the world had ever seen. They conquered kingdoms, crushed rebellions, and carried Rome's eagle standards from Britain to the deserts of Arabia. But some legions' entire units of thousands of men disappeared from the pages of history without explanation. What happened to these lost legions? Were they wiped out in battle, absorbed by enemies, or did they simply vanish into the mists of time? Today, we uncover the truth behind Rome's greatest military mysteries. At its height, the Roman Empire commanded over 30 legions each, a disciplined, battle-hardened force of around 5,000 men. They were not just soldiers. They were engineers, builders, and symbols of Rome's power. Wherever they marched, they built roads, forts, and order. But this vast system depended on loyalty, communication, and careful record-keeping. When a legion vanished, Rome noticed. Perhaps the most famous of Rome's lost units is Legionae Hispanatha 9th Legion, stationed in Britain during the early 2nd century. The 9th had a long and storied history, having fought under Julius Caesar himself. But sometime after 108 AD, the records go silent. The legion disappears from official documents. For centuries, historians believe the 9th was wiped out in a rebellion in northern Britain, massacred by tribes resisting Roman occupation. Archaeological evidence, however, complicates the story. Inscriptions suggest the 9th may have been transferred to the Rhine frontier or even to the east before vanishing completely. Whether destroyed in battle, reassigned, or disbanded in disgrace, their fate remains a haunting question in Roman history. Another tragedy struck far earlier, in 09 AD, when **, 3 Roman legions, 1780 and 19 **, were annihilated in the dense forests of Germania. Led by Publius Quinctalis Varus, they were ambushed by Germanic tribes under Arminius, a Roman-trained warrior who betrayed his commanders. Over 3 days of chaos and bloodshed, nearly 20,000 soldiers were killed or enslaved. Their eagle standards were captured, a humiliation so great that Emperor Augustus reportedly cried out, "Quintiliver, legiones rede, Verus, give me back my legions." These 3 legions were never reformed. Their names were struck from the records, erased from Rome's honor rolls. Their loss reshaped Roman policy, halting the empire's expansion into Germany permanently. In the east, other legions faced equally grim fates. During the Parthian campaigns, thousands of Roman soldiers were captured after the disastrous Battle of Carrhae in 53 BC, where Marcus Crassus led his men into a trap. The Parthians took thousands of prisoners, many of whom were never heard from again. Some scholars believe they were relocated deep into Central Asia, possibly even fighting as mercenaries in faraway lands. If true, the Roman eagle may have flown as far as Chinayan, astonishing symbol of how far the empire's reach extended, and how easily it could break. So what truly happened to Rome's lost legions? Each disappearance tells a different story of hubris, miscalculation, and the limits of empire. The 9th Legion may have been erased by rebellion or redrawn by bureaucracy. The Teutoburg legions were annihilated by betrayal and overconfidence, and those lost in the east were victims of geography and fate. Together, their stories remind us that even the mightiest armies can vanish swallowed by the chaos of history. Their graves may never be found, but their memory endures into the legacy of Rome's rise and the inevitable truth of its decline. Because in the end, even the strongest empire cannot escape the march of time.